Warm greetings from the High 10. This is Everyday Shenanigans. Thanks for joining me. This content is pertaining to an African American male, 30 years of age, by the name of Byron Edwards. He is currently missing out of Knoxville, Tennessee, and I would like to play you the current contents pertaining to his disappearance. In this video, you will hear from his grandmother, Miss Marilyn, speaking about his disappearance. Thank you for joining me.
He left his girlfriend's house, and no one ever heard from him again or saw him again.
It's been 1 month since 30-year-old Byron Edwards disappeared in East Knoxville. He left his girlfriend's house on foot, was never seen again, and police say they have no leads on where he went. Reporter Caitlin Keenahan explains why this missing persons case is such a mystery. Caitlin.
Beth, Byron's location was last picked up on his cell phone exactly 1 month ago. It pinned him at the 2300 block of Riverside Drive, and after 30 days of no contact or communication, his family members' worries have really turned into fear.
He is my grandson. He's 30 years old. He has a gentle spirit.
Marilyn Hamilton describes her grandson, Byron Edwards, as a family man.
He was expecting his first child this month, which was born on 4/14.
He couldn't wait to be a dad.
And he was looking so forward to her being born. He was so excited and was ready to go shopping and get a crib.
But on March 20th, everything changed. He walked down Riverside Drive, but his phone location never left the area.
That's when I got really concerned. And so I started calling all his siblings, all the members of the family, and nobody had heard from him.
The Knoxville Police Department listed Byron as a missing person on March 24th. But according to KPD, there are no new leads or developments in the investigation.
That was kind of like a hard pill to swallow without him talking to anyone at all. None of us have talked to him or seen him.
That's when his family took matters into their own hands. Over the course of the past month, Byron's family has been putting up these missing persons posters. They've also conducted several searches of their own all across East Knoxville.
We just want to keep the community aware that he is still missing and that we need help.
I love him, and I'm ready for him to come home. That's all.
His family is holding a prayer vigil for Byron Edwards tomorrow night at 5 p.m. in Victor Ashe Park. They hope that community members can come out and join them as they raise awareness for their missing loved one. If you have any information about Byron's whereabouts, please call East Tennessee Valley Crime Stoppers. You can find that number on our website. Beth?
All right, Caitlin, thank you.
Sorry about that content. For some reason, this article, the video was not the best before it played okay, but I don't know what's going on with this. Usually the article videos don't show as well as when you go in the original search. But let's read a little bit about this information. This content was uploaded
Good Wednesday afternoon, friends. I'm meteorologist Tim Pandages here with your tropical update. We're talking about the Atlantic Basin, and we're going to jump over to...
Sorry about that. This content is from April 29th. Knoxville man's mysterious disappearance troubles family members months later. This content just got uploaded again a week ago on September 1st, so this is why I'm bringing you this information, because he is still currently missing and there are no new leads to my understanding, and I will get into details of what was been said about his disappearance. March 24th, it's when a missing persons report was reported for Byron Edwards. KPD is asking for any info that can help him. It's been more than 5 months since 30-year-old Byron Edwards disappeared in East Knoxville. Family members say he left his girlfriend's house on foot and was never seen again. A month later, police say they have no leads or developments in the investigation of his whereabouts. Byron's location was last picked up on his cell phone on March 20th. It pinned him at the 2300 block of Riverside Drive. After 30 days of no contact or communication, his family members' worries about his whereabouts have turned into fear. He is my grandson. He's 30 years old. He has a gentle spirit, says Marilyn Hamilton. He was expecting his first child this month, which was born April 14th. She said he couldn't wait to be a father and said he was ready to go shopping for a crib and other essentials that they would need for the new family. But on March 20th, everything changed. He reportedly walked down Riverside Drive, but his phone never left the area. That's when I got really concerned and I started calling all his siblings, all the members of the family, and nobody had heard from him, said Hamilton. The Knoxville Police Department listed Edwards as a missing person on March 24th, but they also said there were no new leads, developments, and investigation. Okay. In the months since he was reported missing, KPD said it has conducted multiple searches throughout the area without any signs of evidence of what happened to him. So the family started taking matters into their own hands. When he was missing for over a month, that was kind of a hard pill to swallow without him talking to anyone at all, said Shakita Turner, his cousin. They started putting up posters of him across Knoxville, asking people to reach out if they have any information about his location. They have also been conducting searches across East Knoxville. We just want to keep the community aware that he's still missing and that we need help, said Turner. The family is also holding a prayer vigil for Edwards Saturday night at 5 p.m. Victor Ash Park. They said they hope people will join them to raise awareness for their missing loved one. KPD said Edwards has several medical conditions and has likely been without medication since he disappeared. Anyone with any information about his location should reach out to East Tennessee Valley Crime Stoppers, 865-215-7165, or by reaching out online. I love him and I'm ready for him to come home, said Hamilton. Okay. And then there's more information here in this other video here. I was reading an article earlier that had information pertaining to his whereabouts. Because, there's been several different articles posted about Mr. Edwards. And it had information pertaining to last location, which is across the bridge in Knoxville. Across the river, rather, at Park View. That's in South Knoxville. Park View is near Mary James Park. It's also 11 minutes or so from the quarry. It would be over an hour or more to walk from Park View to the quarry. I mentioned the quarry because a family member mentioned it to me. That they said that's where allegedly pinged last his phone. But then in this commentary, it says last ping 2300 block of Riverside Drive. It is my understanding that the female who he was, I guess, visiting or stayed with, she lives in a house. And there's also a set of apartments on that road. But allegedly, she lived in a home. So what happened to Byron Edwards? Did his phone actually ping Riverside Drive last, or was it Park View? Because another article I got had that said information listed. When I Googled Park View, the street runs to a dead end, and it looks like it's a utility type of utility buildings on that dead end across from duplexes. When you go down that street, it deads into like a cul-de-sac. So what I was trying to figure out is if indeed the phone pinged there, what would he be doing back there? Because it would take him a while to walk from the 2300 block of Riverside, which is in East Knoxville, close to downtown. How would he have walked that far back to Park View, which is farther back into South Knoxville? It would be a nice little walk. And I'm going to give you the information. If he was driven by a car or drove a car, it'd be a 10-minute car drive. By foot, they've got it at 2 hours and 9 minutes. As I said, one end dead ends into duplexes across from like a utility buildings that's fenced in, and on the other end of that Parkview Street is it ends in a cul-de-sac. It's very strange information. Now, Mary James Park is near Parkview. Okay? Very close walking distance. About 5 minutes or so. in this quarry that they had gotten information that his phone pinged near is about 11 minutes away on the other side of South Knoxville, near the Imes Center. And the Imes Center is 4 minutes away from the Mary James Park. So even if somehow he got to this park view that's on the other side of South Knoxville, it's still been a nice walk for him to get on the other side of South Knoxville to the Mary James Park area and or the quarry. So where did he go when he went walking down Riverside Drive, 2300 block? Because I'm getting differences of information. Somehow somebody's told the family that his phone pinged near the quarry. But when you read one of the articles, which I just read you by WBIR, Channel 10 News, it says the last place his phone pinged it says here, location was last picked up on his cell phone, March 20th. It pinned him at 2300 block of Riverside. So that means his phone either died while he walked to his journey wherever he was going, or mysteriously he vanished from 2300 block of Riverside Drive. Because the phone can only ping where it's being turned on. So why did the family get information that it was near the quarry, which is across the bridge in South Knoxville? Then another article has information that the phone pinged at Park View, which is on the other side of South Knoxville from the quarry. I don't really know. But here in this article, it says 2300 block. This is where the girlfriend lived, in a house. So what happened? Was there an argument, altercation? Did he walk out of the house mad, turn the phone off, and that's why there would be no more pings of his phone anywhere in the Knoxville area, outside area? What was going on with him? This article also brings information that he was on medicines. What medicines were he taking? Did he leave the medicines behind? What is the truth to his disappearance? Does the girlfriend know more than what she has revealed to the public? It has also been mentioned in this article he has a child. A baby has just been born. So he has missed out on the delivery of a newborn baby. And it would be very terrible if this story prolongs. The child gets of speaking age and starts to inquire about father. What will the mother be able to tell the child where the father went, why he has not been located? Very interesting story. We have a lot of missing people in this state of Tennessee. And as you see with other cases of missing people, Caucasian people, the stories tend to get more showtime than with Indian, Hispanic, and Black Americans. And we have to say that because it's the truth. Police say they've searched for him, different areas. Where all did you all search? East Knoxville, South Knoxville, what? Did you bring out canines? We know you didn't bring out helicopters, because I never heard of any of that information in the said commentary. Where is Byron Edwards? By now he would have talked to someone, called someone, notified someone. He also had Texas Avenue as a listing of his address, and that is where I believe the grandmother lives. So naturally he would have been seen by now on the northwest side of Knoxville, which is in the Lonsdale community. He would have been seen or heard by somebody in East Knoxville. If he's known to call people, talk to people, hang around friends, family, Why would he just disappear? And this is a very small city and demographic. It would only be a matter of time if he was hanging anywhere, somebody would have seen or heard from him. Are we talking about a case of foul play? Has someone deliberately harmed Mr. Edwards? Did he have any altercations or problems with any figures in this area? Did somebody not like him? Did he say something out of the way to somebody? Did somebody say something out of the way to him? Did he go to meet somebody else? Is there another female involved? Maybe he liked somebody else, dated somebody else. Who knows? But where was he going on foot? And whoever told the family about the quarry, why would someone give them that information? But then this article says otherwise. So you don't know what to believe. What is the truth to the pinging of the phone? Where was his phone last pinned? East Knoxville, South Knoxville, this Parkview Street, which dead ends either direction. The quarry, Mary James Park, which is it? Because he would have been doing a lot of walking from 2300 block of Riverside to either Mary James Park, the quarry, and or the other side of South Knoxville where Parkview is located. It's too much walking. Way too much walking. You're talking about over an hour, either direction. Why would a person want to do that much walking? Unless it was very important for them to get to wherever they were going, whomever they were going to see. What was going on with Mr. Edwards? And I'm more concerned about where he last was, because where a person last visited, stayed, is usually the start of the story and usually where it ends. What does the girlfriend know about his disappearance? As I said before, was there an altercation, physical and or verbal? Is she telling the truth about him walking out? Because let's keep it real. If his phone pinned last at the 2300 block of Riverside, where he was visiting and or residing with the girl, however you want to word it, because I don't know his situation. If it pinned there last, and the records have been verified through appropriate data checking, then he never left either the house, the front of the house, near that house, or on that street in the 2300 block, if you get my drift. So that means he either never left the house from where the girlfriend lived, or something happened to him on that street. Which is it? Hurt, harm in the house, outside the house, or while walking from the house, or walking to the house. The point is, that's the area where she lived. That's the last area where the phone pinned. So it can't be one or the other. If you have any information pertaining to Byron Edwards' disappearance, please call the Knoxville Police Department with the said information, or East Tennessee Valley Crime Stoppers at 865-215-7165. Prayers to the family that they get answers, because too many months have gone by. We're now approaching fall. And I think most people know by now Mr. Edwards would have contacted family, friends, somebody. Or how about the girlfriend? And what does she have to say? Because I think there's more to the story. I think we all know there's more to the story. And she is the one that probably holds the answers to what happened to Mr. Edwards. What he was doing, how he was feeling, how he was talking. And that's another thing. What was his demeanor before he left out, if allegedly he walked out? Because you got to remember, this is somebody's version. What was he doing? Were they speaking? Were they talking? Were they getting along? Was he happy, sad, mad? What? Where did he say he was going? How about that? If we're to believe her version. Where was he going? On foot. Did she have a car? Because one would have to ask, why would he be walking? Riverside is a dangerous road, like any road in a city, town. Because as I told you all, we don't have a lot of sidewalks here in the city. So it's dangerous to walk down a road where there are no sidewalks. Too easy to be hit by a car. So where was he going to? Where did he tell her, the girlfriend, where he was going? When he would be returning? If he would be returning? How about that? Were they not getting along? You have to ask all those questions. I believe she has the key to this story. And the one thing that I find interesting about this story is that you hear Miss Marilyn and the family members talking. His mother is the last woman to speak at the end of the video. Where is the girlfriend, and why aren't you talking and showing yourself with the family that you miss your boyfriend? You have a new baby that has arrived. You're curious to where he is. You're concerned about his safety, his well-being, his health issues. Don't you find that interesting? That all the people are in the video speaking, but the one person who last saw Mr. Edwards, allegedly, she's not in the video. Stay woke, everybody. Thank you for joining me. If you'd like to donate to this great network of everyday shenanigans, $sign DeGangi, 129, cash out. If you see something, say something. Be a part of the solution, not the problem. Mind the children. Believe me, there's always somebody that knows something. It's just a matter of who's going to tell it. And I think we already know that there's something very suspect in the disappearance of Byron Edwards. It's just a matter of who's going to tell the truth to where Mr. Edwards can be located and the circumstances for how he got to be missing in the first place. Thank you very much for joining me. This is Everyday Shenanigans.